Good evening, everyone. This is Jishnu from Pantech Solutions, and I welcome you all for this national level 5 days industrial training program on future scope of engineering in global development. So this is the fifth. So this is the day 5 program. So I hope today is the last program, and today let us see some regarding towards 5G communication. So today our complete topic is regarding towards the 5G communication and what and all the contents will be in the sense. So regarding each and every communication evolution we will be seeing today, and at the same time how to simulate the band spectrum of OFDM with the help of MATLAB using MATLAB toolbox, 5G toolbox especially. And that toolbox name is nothing but wireless communication toolbox. And similarly, water filling OFDM also will be simulated. So Pantech has been originated in the year of 2004. We have 7 branches and 100 plus employees. We have conducted more than 1,200 workshops and we have crossed more than 100 plus webinars during this pandemic period. We have our own R&D at Nallur, Chennai, where multiple image processing projects as well as embedded IoT, all kind of research projects, especially for industries, has been provided by them. We also conduct faculty development programs, hands-on training workshops, internships and in-plant trainings, short-term courses, value-added courses, academic project training, customized design services at the state of R&D. We have been expertised in these domains such as Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, embedded system or robotics, VLSI, FPGA, TMS processor, image processing using OpenCV as well as MATLAB, network simulation, power electronics, electric vehicle, big data and data analytics, Internet of Things, Android application development, data image text mining, cloud computing, and mobile computing. So today's contents will be regarding towards the tech evolutions and regarding towards 4G, LTE, nothing but long-term evolution, OFDM, MIMO antenna, beamforming, as well as cognitive radio network. So these are nothing but the current advancement within towards your communication systems. So let us see how this each and every communication systems is working on. And at the same time, I will be showing complete MATLAB demo using the toolbox of the app, especially that has been obtained from MATLAB 2018B. So how to simulate the wave spectrum of OFDM with time domains. So before going to the particular sessions, many of them will be known that a particular department in the engineering stream. So whenever if you go for like this kind of department oriented, definitely we will be saying that ECE, EEE, CSE, IT. So what this each and every department is specialized of. So if we go for EEE, it has both electrical and electronics. If we go for ECE, it is electronic and communication. But moreover, there won't be some differences with their syllabuses and all. But one particular session or one particular area, we can able to see that it will be highlighted. Okay. For example, if you go for EEE, you can say it as a power electronics or power system. If you go for ECE, you can say it as antenna, image processing, commonly said as digital signal processing, as well as communication parts. So in this way, then if we go for the computer science or IT, we can highlight it with Java, networking, programming. So in this way, if we go for mechanical, they will be highlighting only with the help of engines and all. So each and every domain has their own specialties. So among the specialty only this particular digital signal processing. Okay. Even we also will be going through one among this paper is one of the famous paper, and most of them will be upgrading only for this particular paper. So whenever we just go through that particular book or regulations, we will be able to see only some kind of techniques such as fast Fourier transform, inverse Fourier transform, and Fourier transform, then Z inverse transform, then communication regarding towards some sampling techniques and all. Okay, sampling techniques, or we will be applying some graphical values for RAM signals or low down signals in that way. So whenever if we go for this kind of complete syllabus oriented, so everything will be completely regarding towards the theory. So the place wherever we go just for a simulation, MATLAB is best. Whenever if we just think regarding towards the simulation and all, we can go with MATLAB itself. Okay. So what are those different DSPs are there? And whatever we learned in the particular book, it is only regarding one or common. So entire the rules, we will be learning some more pipeline architecture, all that processor oriented things and all will be there. So whenever if you go for that kind of theoretical, it is commonly known to all the signals. Okay. So what are the different signals available? The communication. Now, whatever I am speaking, you are able to receive it. So how it is possible? So definitely here I will be having one transmitter and I will be having a device to give some inputs. So what is the input device in the sense? It is nothing but mic. And whenever we go for this microphone, it will be analyzing the signal. It will just extract whatever the words I am saying exactly, even with the same tone. And you will also get some sampling techniques or some of the processing techniques within the particular processor. And therefore, it is transmitted with the help of transmitter, and you are all able to receive it. So that is the mode of communication. And similarly, the other modes of communication, whatever we are doing in the sense, it is nothing but chatting, the sending of messages, sending some smileys and all nowadays. So this and all will take part under the communication only. Why in the sense? Sending text is one kind of method. Sending the smileys or images or GIF, everything is different apart from the way of communication. So what are the real-time different communications in the sense? Sign languages. So those who are dumb, who is not able to speak or who is deaf, they will be just communicating with some of the sign languages, which is universal languages. And at the same time, those who are going with their speaking technique, it is nothing but they will be going with their own vocal sound. And the other mode of other part in the communication is nothing but the languages. It depends upon the place where you have born, brought up, and the persons you have speak, everything. So this completely can be said as some communication techniques. Okay. So the same thing only now I am doing as a communication, but the thing is nothing but I am able to send my all the thoughts or whatever I am able to express as a wirelessly to the distant place, right? So for that, we will be having some more kind of applications. So what are those applications in the sense that tower, which has all the receiver as well as the transmitter, and there will be some form of communication things. So whenever even most of the series between IT or all the streams having a paper called communication engineering, and within that you will be reading completely regarding towards amplitude modulation, frequency modulation, then phase shifting key, then QPSK, then ASK, and similarly you will be going for with OFDM, that is the latest one, then optical fiber communication, and similarly, we can say that CDMA, FDMA, TDMA. So these are all some of the basic communications you will be learning in the communication engineering, right? So this all comes and takes part within this digital signal processing. So even image processing, it is a separate thing, right? But whatever we are seeing, sending an image through WhatsApp, sending an image through mail. So this mail, WhatsApp and all comes under the communication only. How it is able to transmit a particular image. So this and all just completely regarding towards this function. Then antenna design and why they are using this antenna. So antenna is nothing but it is the most common device in order to send and receive the signal. Okay, but whereas the image processing, it is nothing but to capture the analog values. So the analog values in the sense the real time value and convert into digital. So in previously you will be using the particular film, and nowadays we are using our memory card as the storage. So therefore we can easily just copy paste to the device, or we can post it in the Facebook, WhatsApp, status, everything. And this antenna design plays a major role for receiving as well as transmitting. When you might, some of them might have heard that even through antenna we can able to share the images and all. So for which and all devices the antennas are used. So definitely if we go for the devices like our mobile phones, you won't be able to see the antennas and all. But for example or instance, I can say that those who are having some of the devices like Bluetooth and all, you can see some golden marks. The Bluetooth name is nothing but HC05, or you can just check for the Wi-Fi modules such as ESP8266. So in this kind of embedded models, we can see some of the antenna and some of the GSM. They will be having some spring-oriented like wire. So that wire will be acting as an antenna only. A piece of wire is more than enough to act as an antenna. But we have to decide how much frequency it will be able to receive and how much frequency it will be able to transmit. So that is make a particular designing towards the antenna design. So this is one kind of application. And audio processing. So audio processing and communication is a little bit slight changes. So in communication in the sense, it is able to transmit the message, and through antenna only we will be transmitting the particular message. And audio processing is like image processing, where we process the images in order to reduce the particular size or in order to reduce the particular functions. So similarly, like we can also implement the audio. So nothing but if I want to speak in some of the voice, like my father or mother, so I can just keep some voice tone changer towards that, like a boy speaking or lady speaking in that way, or even some of the voice processing we can see even it in our the settings of that particular Microsoft, whether it should be taken as a Cortana as a gents voice or a female voice in that way. So that and all nothing but particularly known as a voice processing. And this audio processing can also be implemented in movies. Mostly this DSP is highlighted, or not only DSP, there are a number of applications which can be capable towards the movie, even that augmented reality or virtual reality, everything. So similarly is that audio processing is mostly used in our mobiles as well as movies. So why they are using the mobiles in this, whatever we are saying, it is converted into audio when recording our voice, sending our voice note through the WhatsApp. So this are all some of the type of audio processing. And video processing. Now if I turn on the camera, it will start to do that particular video processing over there, right? So it have to capture my image, and this image should be just shared through the live session towards you. So whatever I am showing you this particular slide, that is also can be set as a kind of video, because whatever you are watching, it is nothing but in the form of video problem only. Okay, it may be regarding towards this signal, or the antenna might be failure. Even just half an hour or 1 hour before, even that there was some hardware problems. So this is all nothing but regarding towards that particular input, or we can also say regarding that particular signal communications. Okay, so there will be definitely some miscommunications, and to provoke or to just overcome that particular miscommunication, therefore we will be using this particular sessions such as digital signal processing, and for that only we will be using the simulation tools. So what are the different technology fields? Okay, so whenever if we go for this kind of technology fields, therefore this can be said as two different types. So in previously they were using OSI model, and currently we are using it as TCP bar IP model. Okay, so this IP model is nothing but Internet Protocol model. So whatever we share, anything, let it be nowadays if we share the movie, even though share it has been banned, there is an another feature nothing but Google file sharing. That also done only with the help of the same hotspot. So you no need to just add some of the apps and all. You no need to waste the storage and all. Okay. So how it is done in the sense we can just connect it towards a hotspot or Wi-Fi, any communication or any of the devices, and through that we will be able to share a huge files within span of seconds or minutes. It depends upon the just length of the file or the dimension of the files. Okay. And whereas the OSI model, each and every function will be taken as a process, like creating an application with the help of Java, Android, or .NET. Then presentation, that is another kind. Session, that is separate. And transporting is nothing but sending or receiving. Then network connectivity, then data linking. So in previous days and all, they will be just using the LAN kind of things, or instead of just sharing towards that files, they'll be just writing into the floppy disk or compact disk in that way. So definitely they'll feel struggle just to share the data and all. Then physical appearance. So if we go for the previous systems and all, it is very huge, right? And therefore they were very difficult in order to just carry over, or the floppy disk and all just easily gets damaged, and it is not easy to portable. Even though we can keep it in the back, just it is much complicated, like whatever we see like a pen drive and all. Then if we go for the TCP and IP model, the entire section of the OSI model, such as application, presentation, and session, will be converted into one. So nowadays everyone is using Java as well as embedded. So those two are different platforms. Even some of the embedded system, we can apply the C++ program or C program, and Java program also can be implemented, and Python program also implemented. So all kind of object-oriented program can be implemented. And regarding towards this, if we go for the networking, so the networking in the sense, previously we were having just only the landline connection. So I think it is a twisted cable. So with the help of the twisted cable, you can see some the thin wires, and from that wire we will be just connecting towards the landline, and from there we will be connecting to other system for just a network. And now it has been upgraded. We are using optical fiber. So optical fiber is in the sense through light we are able to transmit the data within the fraction of seconds, and within this fraction of seconds we are able to receive the particular details or data whichever we need. But I don't think so during this lockdown this complete optical fiber is working as per the rated speed, because everyone started to use, and now itself I can see some differences. So just if I am starting with the this kind of slide changing itself, there will be some buffering. So this buffering is nothing but due to the lag of the compute technology, since many of them has been able to access it. Then network interface, that is the most important thing. The complete network can be easily interfaced to all the devices. So what are all the devices nowadays we are interfacing the network? Mobile phone, laptop, then desktop, TV. Even if you buy some speaker, for that also the data processing is there. I think Alexa's new version, it can be implemented even with video as well as audio. It needs Wi-Fi in order to work it. So these are all some of the uh, hardwares where we are just interfacing our network. And previously the embedded projects, most of them will be doing with the help of Bluetooth, GSM, and they will be facing more of issues as they won't be able to receive any of the network. Now also the network problems are there, but some alternatives. Even we can work with IoT oriented projects with network as well as without networks. So what is that particular network oriented projects in the sense? It is nothing but we will be just using network hosting functions. So through some of the network or some website like ThinkSpeak or Adafruit and all, we will be able to control or monitor the device. So what is this local host? We will create our own web page, and within the same connection, we will be able to just share the data within the system as well as the particular controller or the device, automated device, whichever we have created. Then this is nothing but the types of communication channels. So if we go for this kind of a communication channel, so what will be set as the different types, and the different types are nothing but whatever I have explained till now. It is wired as well as wireless. So within this wired, what are the types? It is nothing but twisted pair, coaxial cable, optical fiber. So these three are used for wired sections. And wireless, it is nothing but terrestrial microwave, satellite microwave, and broadcast radio. So these are all nothing but the complete different sections of wireless. So whatever the current net connection, internet connection, whoever using the broadband section, so will be able to see some a gray color oriented wire or black color wire. So this particular wires are known as the optical fiber. Within that, you can see some LEDs and all. It is very minute and it is very difficult to see. And by hearing my words, please don't cut your optical fiber and check it. The optical fiber also nowadays it is a little bit very difficult to get it, and at the same time, don't get scolding from your parents regarding this. It is also a little bit costly. So whenever if you go for this kind of complete communication, so why they are using this particular optical fiber? Since light travels faster than the sound, using that particular principle and the theory only, they are using this optical fiber. And once after releasing of this particular optical fiber only, we all were able to receive such a speed internet with some low cost and also the same unlimited. Previously, if you just uh, you approach with your elder brothers or elder sisters, how they were using the internet within the system during their college days or that particular working time. So they will be just saying it is very complicated one. It was very complicated one that they will be charging some high amount of data even if you use around of 2 GB or 3 GB itself. They will be just paying around 500 and 700 in that way. Then later on, with the help of this optical fiber only, they have released the unlimited usage, and with the help of this unlimited usage, the charge also has been reduced as their service maintenance. So that is a major advance in the communication system. And similarly to the mobile. So similarly to the mobile, for that we can also take ourselves an example. Before releasing the smartphone or before getting a more wider area of smartphone, I think we can say it around 2010, 11, 12, which everyone were able to hear only some smartphones. And even though if we just buy the smartphone, we won't be able to use all kind of applications, especially in India, due to the low network speed, as well as the each and every internet will be costing with high and a low space they will be providing. So for example, for 100 MB, they will be charging some 20 rupees and all. Even for 1 GB also the same thing, and they will be getting around 200 or 250, 400. Maximum it will be there some 400. Okay, and then you can go for that kind of scratch card, and you will be just typing the number and recharging it, right? So that was the previous thing, and till 3G, that was the process we were following, and the cost is also varies upon the particular package, whichever you take. But what we kind of just brilliant people's use in the sense, even including me. So how I was using the sense, just I will add for around 500 MB or 1 GB, then I will just convert into the 2G. So therefore, I will be able to get the content, and at the same time, the balance also will be some a little bit uh, stored. And at the same time, before that particular evaporation, not evaporation, can also be, I have just uh, told in my own way. So before that particular expiry, it can also be set as that particular expiry date that we will get as some alert. During that time, I will just watch some interesting or download some interesting videos regarding towards the video songs in that way. So this is nothing but based on the speed also the particular data gets lost, and hence they have released the 4G, and they have reduced the charges and all, and they have increased the timing of the particular using. So what kind of increment in the sense, daily 1 GB. which we will be just recharging within 2 months. They have started to give it in within the daily process. Okay, so this kind of some advantages only we were able to get regarding towards this communication system. And among this, we are just waiting for our communication as 5G. So these are nothing but the different evolutions, and whatever I have said is you can just take it as the points. The 1G which we were using it in our phone, which does not contain any of the GPRS or edge systems, and 2G. So within this 2G, they have enabled with edge system as well as GPRS. 3G, it is nothing but WCDMA. So with the help of this WCDMA itself, we have started to just stream the videos through YouTube. We have started with video calling and all. Previously, the video calling is available even in Google Chat or Skype, but from mobiles. With the help of mobiles, I am saying. So through that mobiles only, we were able to just access it. Then a 4G. So if the 4G is nothing but whatever we are currently using. So we are able to just send all the images, all the videos quickly. We can now do some live streams. So this is now particularly done with the help of 4G. Then FDMA. So I'm not just taking much time for this. I will go as a quick process since this is a basic thing. So this FDMA is nothing but regarding towards this frequency multiple access system. So based on the frequency division, we will be using this particular system, especially for radio. Okay, so whenever if we go for this particular radio sections, we will be just changing the frequencies 93.5, 94.6, and you will be just hearing the red FM Mirchi, or we can go with some RJFMs. So based on this particular hearing some noises, there will be some noisy, and so if we just not keep the exact one, there will be some noise or ended, and whenever we get some particular noise or stopped with the particular noise, therefore that particular frequency will be fixed. So that is nothing but frequency division multiple access. The frequency will be divided equally. The multiple device will be able to access it. So what are the multiple devices I can say? Only the radio. So with the help of radio, we will be just receive it as audio only. We won't be able to do some bidirectional communications. Okay, so that is the function of FDMA. The only example is nothing but your radio only. Then time division multiple access. So time division multiple access is nothing but within the perspective time, we can just change all kind of implementations. Okay, so what is this time domain? Sorry, time division multiple access. So this time division multiple access is just interfaced with or combined with FDMA and other broadcasting purposes. So where and what is this particular application? So whenever if you hear in radio, you might have seen that half an hour the news will be there, and half an hour the movie regarding the movie reviews, half an hour some songs, then some chittas will be going on. And similarly in TV, for each and every 1 hour or 2 hours, there will be some broadcasting going on. Okay, so that kind of things only we will be just doing with the help of time domain. So for example, now I am fixing just the program of some kind of entertainment. Let it be the movie. The time limit of movie is nothing but 3 hours, right? And including their breaks and advertisement, we can just make it as 3.5 hours. So that will be during that time there won't be particular broadcasting or in that particular channels. Okay, so therefore completely going, and the same thing will be accessed by everyone. Okay, so for example, if you are just taking the HBO channel, so from evening 7 p.m. till 9:30 p.m. you are seeing a movie, and if you go to your next house and if you just turn on during the same time the HBO itself, you can see the same movie. Okay, so that is nothing but known as the time division multiple access. The same time, it will be divided equally to everyone, and through this equal division, everyone will be able to access it. Okay, so this is one kind of communication protocol. But nowadays, I don't think so that everyone is watching the TV. Even though if we time to get watch the TV, therefore, just we will be straightly going towards the Amazon Prime or the particular Netflix, like that, streaming things through internet, right? And this particular section is nothing but known as, it is based on UDP protocol, and it is a wideband protocol, so everyone can access at the same time. For that maintenance only, they are collecting some charges, and regarding that, you can watch any kind of things at any time. You no need to wait for the particular time and all. Yeah, whatever the 5G signals they have tested, it is completely, or it was harmful. I don't know how they will be releasing after it is usable for everyone. Still now they have not released. And similarly, it is nothing but the CDMA. So CDMA, they will be just combining towards with frequency domain only. So regarding the particular range of tower signal, only we will be able to communicate with the other person, right? So here they are not matching the frequency, but here they are using frequency only for transmitting the audio. Okay, transmitting as well as receiving the audio. But the code, it is nothing but known as the particular mobile number. So whatever the mobile number you have, the 10-digit number, it is known as a code, and the abbreviation is nothing but code division multiple access. So whenever if you go for this code division multiple access, therefore, based on, if you just type that particular 10-digit number, we are able to call the particular person. If we change even a single number, the call gets changed to the another person, right? But we are able to talk with them. So that is only known as the code division multiple access. The frequency is nothing but to, based on the strength of the signal, you will be able to hear the voice or transmit the voice clearly. Everyone will be saying whenever someone is calling, I'm not able to hear a voice. Please stand wherever you are getting the complete signal. And he will be just talking like a that particular walkie-talkie. Can you hear me? Over in that way. So the same thing only. The particular frequency will be playing it as a role. Yeah, 5G is most harmful for all the living beings. Even plants also is harmful with this particular radiations. But we are not able to see some of the things regarding towards the plants and all. You just take a potted plant and try to pass the radiation towards the plant, and you will be able to see some of the effects. If there are more number of plants, therefore it will also just absorb the signals and reduce this kind of effects and all. The problem is the environment is not balanced with this technology. Then OFDM. So OFDM, this is the main function that is completely working regarding towards this 5G. Okay, so this will be having the sub carriers, and this carriers will be having 8 different angles. So let us just go detail towards this. So whenever if we go for this particular 5G, what are the advantages? So more than 10,000 traffics will be reduced. Okay, and we can connect around 10 to 100 more devices with the help of this particular OFDM technology. And the latency, the connecting period will be less than 1 milliseconds, and the battery life for your mobiles and all will be around of 10 years. Then machine to machine communication will be just kind of a low cost. So I hope whenever they release, the cost will be completely reduced while compared to this. You can upload the data of 10 GB per second at a peak data rates, and we can also access till minimum as 100 MB. So the data transmission will be in this format. So wherever we are using this particular kind of technology, it is in this particular places, such as our homes, smart energy, healthcare, education, cars and phones, virtual reality. That is the latest kind of technology. Then electromagnetic spectrum, it is completely regarding towards this kind of different ranges. So how the magnetic fields will be providing electric magnet fields, then TV radio broadcasting requirements, mobile phones, microwave, then visible sunlight, ultraviolet rays, X-rays, radioactive sources. So these are nothing but the different thing. The problem is nothing but government is not taking less effects. It is they are not releasing due to that particular issue only. They are just reworking on it to reduce the radiations. Yeah, the radiation is the most biggest advancement. Sorry, for advanced communications. And whenever if you are going for the upgradation, as so now we can see the vehicles they have created with BS6. So whenever if you go for this kind of BS6, what is the particular spectrum within that? In the sense, cannot be said as a spectrum. The specularity or the function, it is a low smoke, low sound, and with high efficiency of fuel. So similarly, that BS6, how they have remodeled it, the same thing only they will be remodeling with 5G, with low radiation and endless communication in that way. So in that way only, definitely they will be going on. Then tech evolution. It starts with 2G, 2.5G, 3G, and it's end with 4G. This 4G is known as LTE and LTEA. It depends upon the connection whichever we select. So therefore, next. So these are the different band exploration used for uploading the data and downloading the data. It differs from each and every technology, such as WCDMA belongs to 3G, GSM for 2G, FDD LTE with the GSM. It combines switching of this particular data as well as the messages or SMS. Then same for TD-LTE, FTD-LTE, and then later on with WLAN, WiMAX for systems and WiMAX for mobile. So this WiMAX for mobile is nothing but the hotspot as well as the Wi-Fi communication within the same. So this is nothing but the area wherever 4G, 3G, and 2G has been availed along this world. So now let us start with OFDM, orthogonal frequency division multiplexing. So this orthogonal frequency division multiplexing is completely regarding towards multiple angles of frequency can be sent, whereas within this LTE we can send it towards a length process, but in different angles we are able to send it. Okay, so different angles in the sense 8 different angles. So the orthogonal, it stands for the multiple angles only, and within this multiple angles we are able to transmit the data and receive the data. So therefore we can send it to the bulk number of members, and we can also send huge amount of data towards it, right? So now you might have seen some variation regarding towards this kind of some WhatsApp and all. We will be able to send only some kind of applications, some sort of videos. And the same time, if you go for Gmail, they also not allowing greater than 25 MB. If it exceeds greater than that, you have to go towards some drive. So this is all nothing but regarding towards the communication bandwidth only. So if you are sending the huge amount of file, the communication bandwidth also that much higher. So according to the communication bandwidth only, you will be able to send each and every data. Then inter-symbol interference. So generally, whatever the interference is nothing but some kind of cross-talking. So the cross-talking is the most interference. And regarding that, we will be just eliminating towards it. Even some of the time, even if I'm calling with the help of 4G also, you will be feeling some crosstalks, even if you're dialing the same number. So that is a new kind of problem that has been occurred. Then packet detection and synchronization. Packet is nothing but a set of signals. It captures easily within a span of seconds. You will be able to receive it. So basic concept of this particular OFDM. So OFDM is a multiple narrowband channel, and the normal whatever we are using is nothing but wideband channels. So within a single channel, we will be able to send huge amount of data. That is different. Okay, but within the particular transmitter, we can create some of the channels. So that is only here it is able to display the particular explanation. And here it is taking that as with a single tap, you will be just able to fill the particular lorry. But if you want to fill the 5 lorries at the same time, therefore, you have to connect with the multiple spraying technique. So they are using the showers, or we can just connect some uh, different taps with jointers. So in that way only we will be able to make or satisfy all kind of implementation. So this each and every truck will be represented as each and every customer of their signal. So within a single tower, if you are able to capture more than 5 customers or 5 receivers or transmitters, therefore it is a kind of advantage only. So this is nothing but the particular difference between FDM and OFDM. The frequency division will be done in a separate manner based on allocating each and every bands. But with this help of OFDM, they won't be just allocating the bands and not bands. Definitely they'll be having the guard bands, but since it is acting from a different angles, so they have their own just separation. So this will be the different way of signal distribution in OFDM. In 3D among us, you will be able to send the data. So each and every angle is nothing but it represents the time, amplitude, and frequency, and that is nothing but the 3D process of this particular signal distribution. So this is nothing but it's a multipath fading diagram. So where and all it will be fading in the sense regarding towards some kind of barriers like house, tree, in that way. So this will be the particular guard interval for OFDM, and this will be the hardware. So the hardware is nothing but regarding the processor, whatever you see within this processor, you will be having all these functions. So this is the particular area for transmitter, and this will be the particular area for receiver. So this will be the entire process that has been done with the help of the hardware for signal processing techniques. Okay, so now let us see some demo regarding towards this. So just I will share the screen towards my MATLAB. I hope everyone is able to see my MATLAB. It is inverse fast Fourier transform. Okay, so this is my MATLAB section regarding towards this complete apps. So now I'm going to select a wireless waveform generation. So this is a generator which produces wireless waveform. Through this, we can able to simulate the waveform of QAM, quantitative amplitude modulation, and with phase shifting key. So these are the different application we will be able to provide towards it. And therefore, this is nothing but the particular FFT length, the Fourier transforms length we will be providing towards it. And with the help of this length only, this complete input will be given. And this will be the subband carriers, sorry, guard band carriers, and this is subcarrier. And similarly for this particular QAM, whatever you give it as input. So for that input only, this kind of section we will be using the modulation or the symbol mapping, and at the same time the bit source. It varies according to the users who and all will be defining. Okay, so how many antennas we will be using? In the sense, we will be using only a single antenna. So now let us transmit the length for 64 megahertz. So through this complete wave, you will be able to see that particular spectrum analyzer. And here also you can see that how much area of range that OFDM will be covered. So now just I am running the simulation. So the subcarrier mapping has been added over here. So it is compared with the indices as well as the symbols. So this is the particular section regarding towards this TX antennas, nothing but the transmitting antennas wherever they use. And this is compared with the decibels as well as the frequency. So whenever this particular frequency is done, so whenever this particular frequency is being accessed, what will be the sound waving or some of the noise performance whenever you generate this particular kind of OFDM signals. So since OFDM is a wireless communication, we will be just using this kind of techniques. And now let me check what will be the variation of the RBW as well as the time frequency. So now I will be visualizing this time scope also. And I will change this particular FFT length. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So I will change this particular FFT length. I will change it as 500. So now I will. So this will be nothing but the spectrum analyzer for 500 megahertz. So here you can just check with that amplitude as well as time. So in real time, it will be indicated as this particular kind of signals only, which is represented yellow, and in imaginary form, whatever we are getting in this blue color waves. I think you can ask the doubts regarding towards the technical other than certificates, so that it will be useful for everyone. So those who have any doubts, they can just post it. Through this, it is not possible to measure the radiation. So with the help of this complete transmitting of data from the antennas, we can just compare it. So by what subcarrier we will be able to send the data or receive the data. And in order to measure the particular radiation, it comparatively we can do only with the help of antenna design. So this is nothing but how the OFDM will be working. So what are the parameters they are using? The radiation is only possible to measure with the help of antenna, because each and every antenna only will be varying from the particular radiations. Whatever the 5G communication made a problem, especially in Korea, that killed so many birds. This regarding towards the radiation from antennas with the help of this 5G signals. Broadband is nothing but the higher band of channels where multiple data can be sent as well as received within a span of time. So I hope it's time to end the session, and now let us enter towards our validatory function. So now the validatory address will be provided by Mr. M.R. Sandil Kumar, Director of Pantech Group of Companies. Sandil sir, you can take over.
Thank you, Jishnu. Good evening to all. First, I would like to thank the management, the principal, Dr. Jayaraman sir, the control of examination, Dr. Vallavan sir, Professor Jayachandran sir, and head of the department, Dr. Venkatachalam sir, and the faculty members of Velalar College of Engineering and Technology, who take this initiative to host 5 days industrial training program. We have framed the topics in such a way that which has to cover the industries development areas. So now most of the industries which rounds behind these technologies start with Industry 4.0, Internet of Things, electric vehicle designs, deep learning and artificial intelligence, and the communications, particularly 5G communications. So these are the major and the tremendous technologies. Most of the industries, corporates, like researchers, developments, and like learners who are all running behind these technologies. I hope so. These 5 days actually we maximum put our efforts to equip the participants. Surely it will not be sufficient. With the stipulated like 1 hour time, we try to cover the overview of the concept, platforms, environments, and some small example programs how can be developed and demonstrated over there. One more happy news I have to share it. So we are very much thankful for the participant side. So without the participants, the events can't be a success. So when we float this type of program, we received more than 10,000 plus responses in the registrations throughout India. We are very much happy about the interest for learning. So around this, obviously like 1,000 to 2,000 plus viewers will be there on regular basis. So we're very much happy about the interest. So which really motivates us to on next stage. Thank you all the participants. At this moment, we would like to share the happiest news to all. Like T. Vignesh from 2nd ECE, Velalar College of Engineering and Technology, has been shortlisted for Pantech Student Ambassador Program. He takes this in this program actually, student ambassador actually from the starting itself, and like he carry out the programs. He coordinate with the students and like regularly with the Pantech team and like his friend circle to promote these events. And he's also one of the person who makes this success. I thank Vignesh also. So thank you one and all. Keep learning. Stay safe. Stay home. Thank you. Thank you, Jishnu.
Thank you, sir. Now I call upon Dr. K. Venkatachalam sir, Professor and Head of the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, to give the vote of thanks regarding towards this national level 5 days industrial training program, especially on future scope of engineering in global development. Venkatachalam sir, you can take over the session.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. A pleasant good evening to one and all present in this online industrial training program. It's my great pleasure to propose vote of thanks in this mega event jointly organized by ECE Department of Velalar College of Engineering and Technology and Pantech Solutions. First of all, I thank our beloved Velalar College of Engineering and Technology management for giving permission to conduct this event very successfully. I thank our respected beloved principal, Dr. M. Jayaraman sir, Dean Academics, Professor Peter Stanley Bevington sir, Dean Student Affairs, Professor P. Jayachandran sir, and Dr. K. R. Valluvan, Professor of ECE Department and Controller of Examination, and heads of all other departments of Velalar College of Engineering and Technology for their support and guidance throughout this event. I would like to thank our VC, that is Velalar College of Engineering and Technology, ECE staff coordinators of Dr. S. Rajan, Mr. M. Vijayan, Mrs. K. Kavita, Mr. T. Satya, Mr. S. Nachimuthu, and student coordinators, Mr. T. Vignesh, Mr. Akash C. Anand, Mr. V. Madan Kumar, Mr. B. Balaji, Mr. S. Sugapriya, and the coordinators from Pantech and Director of Pantech, Mr. M. R. Sendil Kumar, Mr. N. Srinivasan, Mr. R. Kumarasamy, for their effort in conducting this event with a full cooperation and a grand success. I extremely thank the resource persons from Pantech, Mr. Jishnu, Ms. Hemasri, Mr. A. Srinivasulu, and Mr. Kamalesh for their remarkable sessions in the topics of Industry 4.0, IoT, and electric vehicle design, deep learning, and advanced 5G communication. I wholeheartedly thank all participants across India for their participation throughout this event and made it a grand success. Definitely, the juice of this technical program will give a fruitful future for all participants. Thank you. I thank you once again. Thank you.
Thank you, Venkatachalam sir.
Thank you.
So I hope everyone, those who have participated for this past 5 days regarding towards this different options, and you might have got idea what are all the different area currently the future development is going on with the help of engineering. And for providing this wonderful opportunity, I thank the Velalar team, especially towards Mr. Vignesh. And due to his approach towards us only, we were able to just elaborate this kind of technological exploration, or it can be also said as some kind of technological view or exhibition for this particular 5 days in collaboration with Pantech Solution. And I thank whole team on behalf of Pantech Solution. And I thank all the participants and also towards this Kavita ma'am. So she have insisted more kind of programs like this, and we were able to conduct only this particular short period of duration. So like this itself, we are looking for the more kind of programs, and as soon as possible, we will be just exploring this technologies to everyone. Therefore, soon we will be meeting with some other programs. And by now, I'm ending this session. So thanks to all participants once again. See you soon with some extraordinary programs and with new technologies. Thank you all. And this is from Jishnu Radhakrishnan. So I hope today's session, it was a little bit interesting, and I was not able to cover the entire thing, and extremely apologizing for this. So thanks to all.